Hello, we're here with Dave Schlabach, the head coach of Hiland Hawks, and Angela Troyer, senior for Hiland, and Kennedy Schlabach, junior. As everybody knows by now, we had a big finish last night with the Hiland Hawks. Kennedy hit the three at the buzzer of a tied game, and so the Hawks will be moving on to the state finals tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Waterford. Dave, can you kind of just explain a little bit? You guys were down for most of the game, wasn't shooting very well, and things just weren't exactly going your way. Can you just share with what was going on in the huddles and how you kept everybody moving?
You know, our kids been through a little adversity at times this year, and I thought they handled it great. Every time out, I heard our kids talking about, "Hey, we're fine. We're going to continue to defend," and we had to lock down at the beginning of that fourth quarter. I thought that was big, and then Morgan hit a shot, and all of a sudden Ange got freed up for a couple jumpers, and we kept ourselves, in it long enough to give ourselves a shot. And I thought our defense and rebounding was great in the fourth quarter, gave us a chance.
And how about from a player's perspective, Andrew or Ken? How, you guys are on the floor when you kind of struggled a little bit and you were down. So how, from a player perspective, how did you guys go about keeping your teammates in it and yourselves?
I think we knew we were all so determined to win that game and to get to the championship game. So we just knew we had to stay calm and to just keep doing our thing and trust our hard work that we'd be able to pull through.
And you specifically, obviously Division IV Player of the Year, very good honor to earn, and you kind of struggled in the first half, but you had a huge second half. How did you keep yourself going and motivated and come through in the second half for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I just know how badly I want it, and I know the team. We all have the same goal, and that we just had to play for each other that game and to do what we had to do to pull through.
And I can vouch personally for you. I got to coach you all summer. We spent a lot of time talking in hotels in D.C. and Lexington, and Dave, you'll be happy to know that a lot of our conversations was about winning a state title. I mean, rarely was it about Angela and what she's going to do and what she wanted to earn and her goals. A lot of it was about, this is what this team wants to do, and I think that's commendable for you. I know I've told you that, but your focus for the most part has been your team, which is probably Kennedy has the same focus and your teammates have the same focus. That's probably a big part of why you guys could keep it together and play for each other. But Kennedy, you hit the big shot at the end, tie game, and you hit the three, and kind of go through that, how that played out in your mind, and kind of how the end, after the ending, how it felt.
Yeah, well, once Morgan got it in, I was just going down the floor. I didn't know if she was going to shoot it or what, but when she came down last, I saw there was 3 seconds on the clock and she was still dribbling. So I honestly thought she was going to shoot it, but I was still ready there, and then when she passed it to me, I knew I didn't have a lot of time, so I tried to get that thing out.
Have you ever, obviously not had a shot like that on a big stage like the state semifinal, but is that probably the biggest shot of your life so far?
Oh, definitely.
And I was talking to Dave this morning. When I watched the video, the father-daughter moment that I seen, it kind of gave me goosebumps. My dad is probably my best friend, so I felt it. But kind of talk about that, how you got to experience something. I've never seen Dave. I've never seen you react like that in my life, and you've had some pretty big wins. Can you guys just kind of talk about that, how that felt there?
Yeah, I looked over and he was sprinting. That was the fastest I've ever seen him run. That was great.
Moving forward, obviously, you got to play another game. The biggest issue here is probably, like you and Coach McMillan said, kind of hitting a reset button and focusing on tomorrow instead of yesterday. How do you address that with the kids, and what are you guys doing to kind of move forward?
We let them enjoy it last night and got them together early this morning and just really challenged them to get to the next game. They got some big goals in mind. We got to put that one behind us and really get focused in on a very good Waterford team and the challenges that they present. So I think they understand that. It's very similar to a classic weekend, where you play two quality teams and you got to come back and really protect against, coming off a big high and making sure that we're ready to go.
And you guys obviously have been to state several times, even as recent as 2 years ago. But a lot of these kids don't have a ton of experience. Kennedy played as a freshman, Ange played as a sophomore. Beyond that, it was probably a little bit of a limited experience. How are you, addressing that with the younger kids, and how do you approach that with them that haven't had this experience before?
We've just talked all year long about making every game the same. I know that it's not, but we've really talked about same approach, same mentality. That for us this year, it's mostly about us, making sure that we do what we do. We do a little bit of scouting and talk to the kids about tendencies and so forth, but for the most part, we try to keep it simple, and I think that helps in weekends like this.
All right, well, I'll let you guys get back to watching the game. I appreciate your time. I know it's very valuable, and we'll be rooting for you guys tomorrow. Good luck.
Thanks, Rich.